Right, it's
Hello and welcome to round 8 of season 15 of the STB Racing League here at the home of many trees. Many trees dominate the view for the drivers here in Austria. And we're here at the Red Bull Ring, home to the very team Red Bull Racing here. I am in the commentary box once again with the X. It's been great 2 weeks. Another adventure here in the forest of Austria. So, Rixie, how you doing? And what can we expect from this Austrian Grand Prix?
hello. Just glad to be back again. The Hows are definitely alive with the sound of Formula One this weekend, Maldi, here in Austria. I've been. This is my third. I'm trying to work out. I'm a fair few races into the STB season this time here, and I mean, Austria's it's only got 9 corners, so the setup will mostly be focusing purely on the straight line speed. The teams will be running as little wing as they possibly can. Like your main overtaking point is I'm spectating AMS Bianchi as he's starting his lap on the hards. The main overtaking points really would be turn 1 and turn 3. There is a small kink in this wee straight, but it's a matter of who really regards it as a corner. I can like some people do, some don't. Where he is just now on the track is turn 3 or turn 2, depending how you count it. 3 DRS zones means that there'll be a lot of action on the pit straight, that straight there, and the straight that Bianchi's currently on. But there's a lot of high speed corners here as well. Like the only kind of really slow corners here is turn 5 and 6 with the double left. I don't really expect to have too many overtakes in that, so getting alongside and making any moves kind of stick into the slower corners will be a bit of a challenge for the drivers here this weekend, because they'll need to get their moves done on the straight. But no, ERS will be really hard to manage here as well. But so staying in the slipstream will be a very critical element. But drivers will need to be aware that if they're in the slipstream for too long, it will load too good on their tyres, and it could alter their strategy. Strategy is probably just that's a one stop mostly, either soft to a medium or medium to hard, or however you want to do it. But it is the majority is most likely to be a one stop this weekend. But we don't know how weather's going to play. It looks absolutely bone dry now, so you never know what could happen the next day.
Good race, I think, from the 4-time champion had a dismal going in flat. Austria's much better circuit for
I definitely. I mean, like circuits, they all come in different shapes and sizes anyway. Like, no everybody's built for every circuit. Like you're saying, Toxic Fusion had a bit of a shocking weekend. Paul Richard last week. What he can do well here in Austria, it might just suit his driving style more. It might just suit how he likes to drive the car. High speed. I mean, like the track's like it's a 64-second lap here. Like we're seeing Eke, Toxic Fusion, Bullseye, all the kind of drivers that have set a time in the 1 minute 4. So that's just over a minute for a lap here. So I would expect the qualifying times to be really bunched together since it is just such a short track. But he's up second to now, still another 12 minutes left in the session. He's gained himself some good stead here so early on. But we'll need to see how everybody does. But I mean, it's a short track, so I do expect the qualifying times to be really close together. So we could see a lot of position changes throughout this session.
Richie, what I'm actually looking at so far in the session, is a lot of drivers are using a lot of curb around this circuit. That could definitely hinder their employees.
The curbs. I mean, like it would really kind of depend how your style is.
Mercury, sorry, P1. First P1.
He's set the fastest lap there. He's only 6 thousandths of a second faster than Eke and the Red Bull. If there's one team or two teams I would really kind of expect to be doing well here is the Red Bull. It is their home race. This is their chance to kind of show them that this is their turf, their territory. And Eke's up there in second, Gravity in 6. I mean, it's still early on in the session, but they'll be looking to prove a point here and say, yeah, this is our house, this is our home territory, this is where we dominate. But I mean, it really is depending how they drive the car around here. Back to your question about the curbs, like, the curbs can really help or hinder the driver. I just noticed F1 Gravity there as he started his lap there. He took the exit, he took the curb on the left side before turn 1, like he was half on and half off. I don't know if that's probably just to click a line through that corner. People, like, I think drivers do that just to get quicker lines, but I mean, you can put a wee bit too much throttle or too much brake input on the curbs in your car would either lock up or it would spin. So it's a really risky game. It's a very high risk, high reward system with that particular driving tactic, if you want to call it that. But I mean, he's improved in his first sector. I kind of missed his second sector delta time there.
Okay,
I'm still on board.
Okay, goes to 1 on forward dead, so we are looking on the cusp of the 103s here.
And Gravity's decided to come back into the pits. He's maybe saying it's not worth the time to put any kind of good time in on lone rubber. But Eke is 3/10 faster than his next competitor, which is LRS Mercury, as Matty has decided to leave us midway through the session. They'll probably be due to a connection issue. But no, I mean, Taps even are on soft tyres so early on, so they're making a statement with their strategy. They might be going soft to, I mean, they could either go soft to medium or soft to hard. It is really the choice of the driver. I do feel strongly that it is a one-stop that we're making here. Well, regarding if it's rain, then it'll be a completely different story. But Dominic's in 8th in the mediums, which is 1.2 after pole time, the new, so I don't really know. I think I'd be happy with 8th on the mediums. I mean, the times are going to be really close together, so it'll be quite difficult. I mean, he could go out there and a set of mediums, improve a couple of tenths and he'd improve, but I mean, he has 4 tenths next to his competitor Alfo there in the Renault. There's a 4 tenth difference, but I mean, as I say, like, I do expect the qualifying times to be really scrunched together, just due to the this track being really short, really quick. But it does really go to show, like, a small mistake, you could just end up back in the grid with a small mistake, just because I feel like it'll all be that close together at the end up. But no,
oh,
really.
M-Power's got on the curb. M-Power got on the curb there, and he has had a moment coming out of, I think, I don't know if he's turn 5, but yeah, big moment there on the curb as well. That is our first victory of the here in Austria.
I think that mistake there, Ben Power fan, really kind of just demonstrates how it is a really high risk, high reward kind of system. Like, you're putting a lot of, like, you're putting in your full commitment onto the certain line, and if the certain line is on the curb, you are really expecting it to help you and help you around the corner or help you with a wee bit of traction, or however you want the curb to help you, but the curb's just decided to bite back. He's decided to take a wee bit too much than he could actually bargain for there, and it's costing him a mistake, and it's cost his lap run there as he's back into the pits, ready to go for another run with 7.5 minutes left. So we're kind of just got 7 minutes left, just over 7 minutes. Eke is still top of the time chain here so far with a 1:40. Mercury's in the Toro Rosso is 3/10 off. Toxic Fusion trying to kind of find his feet again. He is up in third. It's a really solid place to be. The new, especially after his race last time out, it wasn't exactly his best performance. Bullseye up in 4th in the racing point. Jam Ham in the Mercedes in 5th place is a 1:04.6. F1 Gravity and Red Bull in 6th.
10th up on his lap. And it looks like Matty's having some connection issues. And my Xbox is currently glitching out slightly, so we're going to have to keep an eye on Gravity and try and here we go around final point again. A wide there to get the best exit. 1:04.5 to 5. Decent result actually. First and fifth at the moment in their home race.
Definitely.
So then, Matty then has had some issues with his Xbox. His Xbox has apparently turned itself off. That's a great start there for the Williams driver.
I completely lost my train of thought there. But Gravity manages to improve by one position there. So that kind of goes back to...
Bullseye, sorry, massive moment there. Massive moment in the final sector.
He spun before the corner.
Moment. He got on the curve there, Woodsy. He got on the curve. He just spat him out. Sorry, this is insane.
And there's Danny as well. Danny was going slow. I don't know if he's going to have a spin or he was just letting the driver pass there, but he's gone really slow before the final turn.
So who was it that spat? Was it Hamjam? Was it? Who spat? On the curve?
I'm trying to think. It was Bullseye who was spun at turn 4, I think, at the racing point. But I just seen Danny there going really slowly coming out of the quick left-right turn 6 and 7. He was going really slowly. I think that might have been just to let somebody pass, but I didn't really catch whether if it was an actual mistake or. But I mean, I noticed the incident with Bullseye there at turn 8, and I feel like that was really early on to have the mistake because he wasn't even running the corner and he's already sideways or facing backwards. He wasn't halfway run, he wasn't on the runoff area, he wasn't even at turn 9. Like, he'd spun just before turn 8, so I don't know if maybe he's just had a wee moment trying to, if maybe say, oh, he's going to come in the pits, get some fresh rubber on, or I don't know whether he's got too much grass on his wheel there and he's just lit up and it's just decided to chuck and run. But I mean, we've got the tail end of that.
Hamjam is on it right now.
And he's 6th fastest there.
Decent improvement there from the Alpha Romeo.
But Dominic, we noticed, we didn't speak on it there, but Dominic improved. He's up to 2nd and he's decided to go into the soft tyres. He's decided to follow the rest of the crowd here. Top 10 plus Bianchi with an 11th. Top 11 on soft tyres here. The top 10 have set their times on the soft, so that'll most likely mean that they'll need to start on the tyres that they've set that time with unless they improve. So I don't actually know what the tyre delta is between the softs and the mediums. I wouldn't assume it was too much because it is mostly just straights here, besides the kind of high-speed corners as well, so I don't expect it to be too much of a challenge. If we see Chucker retire, he'll not be improving for 12th. That's a bit low for Chucker there, because he's been near the front since his debut.
Sorry, he is 1 second up on his sector 2 lap time. He's sector 1, I believe. Maybe a strong lap for the racing point driver. Throwing the car into the corner, throwing the car into the final corner, which is going to be a strong lap for Empower fan to get himself up into P5. It's 1:02.3. That's his lap time actually.
He'll be happy with that time there. We just over 3 minutes left in the session as he's just approaching his teammate coming down the straight there, and his teammates decide to let him by. But he's not improving in any of his time there. He's 6 tenths down in his first sector time there.
You can go T2.
This will be
4.289.
This will be his in lap here. He'll try and maybe come in and get back out again. So this is the kind of time now. This is the nitty gritty kind of time. The drivers will be getting the final tweaks and changes made here. Their fuel loads changed, so they're coming out here to put in the final lap. The track will have evolved fully by this point. But Dominic's up in 2nd there, the 2 championship rivals, and sharing the front row as it stands here.
Had a bit of a moment on the curve there. It's going to be a 1:05 dead. It's going to be a 11th. Well, this is a disappointing result for him. He's on mediums, but he had a great showing in France, of course. Dominant display there in
his last 2 races in Canada and France have kind of just to like demonstrated that he is actually here for the win. He is here for wins. He won it last time out in France and Canada. I think he got done by a penalty. I'm sure he crossed the line first, but got a penalty. I remember Dominic ended up winning from 4th. That was a bit of a hectic finish, but Urban Unicorn in 11th. I don't know if maybe he's got a trick card in his sleeve here, or he's maybe just keeping it close to his chest. I know he's definitely not going to have time to come in and put softs on and put a bit of lap in. Maybe he's just kind of charging the ERS up here. getting like the fuel mixes right just for one final run, maybe improve. Because I mean, he can improve with a 2 tenths, and he's up into the top 10. Or maybe he's gonna just want to stay out there, staying or leaving. But no, he's up there 10th. He's coming in.
And he's made a mistake. He's made a huge mistake.
And he's into the pits.
That's the second time now in the session here in Austria. He has made a huge mistake, and that has cost him dearly. He was on for P6 there on par with Janham and
It just seemed
disastrous.
He just seemed to have got. He put full commitment into the corner there, Maldale. He decided he chucked the car right in, but I think the rear end just kind of stepped out. It just kind of slipped away from him there, and Rooney went into the pits. There, so I don't know if maybe he's running. He's not running too much downforce. I mean, like the teams will try and run as skinny wings as they can. So downforce isn't really going to be there for him if he's going around these high speed sectors. So maybe the rear wings know enough downforce there, and the cars just went round there. So I don't know if they maybe have a wee look at that, but he's not going to have any confidence going into that corner. That's twice he's made that mistake now. But we're into the final 10 seconds. And Gravity is in 9th. He's improving by 300ths a second. I mean, it could still get him 8th. That's just how close it is really at this point. But he needs a phenomenal final sector. Turn 8 seems to be pretty quick down into 4th for the final corner there. He's running a little bit wide there, but he's up to the line here, and he's improved by 900s. I'm trying to see who else is on a kind of representable lap. I just seen Ham Jam there. He's up to 900s a second, but I mean that could get him into 5th. That's how close between.
What Dominic's going to do? Big save.
Dominic's on the corner. He's improving by 10 here so far. He's coming up to the line here. He's at ABRS left on this lap, and he takes pole. He's went and improved.
He won there for.
He's going to come around the two final corners here. He's had a big moment there. He's locked up in the final corner. That'll definitely have been a dent in his time there. Motorsport right there took the line pretty well there, coming up to the line now, and he doesn't improve in 5th. But nothing there. We just noticed Ham Jam get a big moment of oversteer there, and he looked up into the final corner. So that definitely way here with the final class of this. Just kind of piques the interest that wee bit more. We'll see how they take it into the first corner. I'm actually anticipating it. I'm actually quite excited to see how this goes. But Toxic Fusion trying to kind of redeem his sale, trying to get a wee bit of confidence back in 3rd. Mercury 4th in the Toro Rosso, showing there 5 and 6 in the Racing Point. Happy rounded up the top while we're on the loading screen. Jumping into the race.
Circuit, Rigsy, has offered to do an STB race. The first race was held way back in season 3 on F1 2014. It was an incredible race. Battles everywhere, and the slipstream is absolutely insane. Obviously, Rigsy, this track has not always been called the Red Bull Ring. It was called, I believe, the Österreich. My German isn't very good. And then I believe it moved to the A1 ring, and then returned to Formula 1, of course, back in 2014, after a 14-year absence to be the Red Bull Ring. So, home to Red Bull Racing. We've got Eke on the front row. We've got Gravity in 10th. So he did actually go down from where he initially was. But as you said, we've got two projects Dominic and the other one at the moment, Evan Cooper, is definitely a great result. He's the currently 30th of mediums. Rigsy, what can we expect from the start of the first 2 rows?
I think that you would need. I mean, it's one of the kind of tracks, isn't it? It's tracks like Mexico, it's tracks like Russia, it's tracks like I'm trying to think what other kind of track, like maybe Spain, if you want to maybe throw that in there. The run into turn 1 here is different compared to those 3 tracks that I just mentioned, because it's a very short run into turn 1, but you don't really want to be on the front row. You really kind of want to be in where Toxic Fusion is, or where LRS Mercury is. You want to be tucking yourself into that slipstream for the run down to turn 2 and 3. I'm just going to say Tom 2 because we know that's just a wee kink in the straight. So
it's a big hill here in Austria.
It's a big hill, but I mean, Toxic Fusion and LRS Mercury, I feel, are in the best possible position here. Dominic and Eki are really going to just be squabbling amongst themselves here, which allows the Renault and the Toro Rosso just to slip into the slipstream and have the best possible chance to get into the lead, into turn 2, turn 3. I mean, we'll have this race-long argument deciding if it's turn 2 or turn 3. So you can ken where it on. At the end of the second DRS straight, they'll work to get a move done in there. Other kind of big notable ones that you said, Urban, who is kind of still in the title hunt, he'll just be looking to keep his nose clean at this point, and he'll not be any heroics into the first corner. But we're coming round to them coming put themselves back into their grid slots here. But I mean, I think the best opportunity for the start is definitely not in the front row. It's the row behind, and maybe even row 3 and row 4. Because Dominic and Eki are going to be sitting ducks here, as I'm going to let you take the lights here, Maldi.
36 laps away for round number 8 of the STB season 15. It's 5 lights on, the red light dancing, it's lights on the way to go round 8. He's away in Austria. What a start there from Eki. He's already alongside the McLaren. Has to go down to turn number 1. He's going to be on the inside. Eki takes the lead, but Dominic's going to be on the outside now. Here we go. It's going to be a long run then into here for Dominic's going to take the outside line here. He's an absolute. Going to be an absolute
that's
amazing scene.
The McLaren's just steamboated into the side of Jamham there. DJ Danny's got his braking all wrong there. He's got himself some wing damage.
From the Mercedes back of the field. Matthews at the back. He's looking at all of this, and it's going to be an absolute cluster down into turn number 5. And there you go, Urban Unicorn on the inside. I believe that's turn number 5 anyway. But Urban Unicorn then up into P8.
He's gone side to side.
He's the Alfa Romeo. What a move there from Hanjo 2002 now.
Urban Unicorn's on the near side, side to side here. Side to side action there, and his brother, he's in Unicorn team is the new side here. The two brothers are going wheel to wheel as they come into turn 8. Jamham took the position round the outside there as the Alfa Romeo locks up. The Renault of Alfa is tucking itself in behind. Not really too much there. Gravies went backwards there as well, as the Ferrari swerves to the right there to defend the inside into turn 1, meaning that F1 Gravity needs to look run the outside, which he does, takes the move there into P12. Not really too much going on, still a lot of just, it's just a very chaotic start, especially at the turn 4 where they're all just punching up together. I see. Definitely.
Dominic at the front, ending from there. Okay, he's still in hot pursuit. He needs these 25 points for these to try and get some decent cards going for the championship, which will go to the home of most. What about Austria? The millions of trees riding around. It's going to be a fun time in nature. Fancy nature here in Austria.
Austria's had it's a kind of, I don't know, it's a kind of small love affair with the sport. Like they've been in and back out and back in again. Like they're not really fully committed to the sport. There's no tracks like Silverstone or Monza or Monaco. They're not committed to that, but they're kind of very well enough. But as soon as you kind of ken Austria, alright, we all ken that track, that's the A1 ring, or it's the Red Bull ring, but as soon as you say it, everybody knows what it is.
Mercury! Whoa, Mercury looking at P3, and there's a big the massive contact down the back of the field. Hand jumps off the circuit. The Yankees down in P14 there, that is disastrous news there for the Alfa Romeo. He's down in P15, he's had a disastrous weekend. But Mercury actually got the overtake done on position this season. Mercury now up in the P3. Could this be Mercury's first podium of the season?
He's still got another 33 laps to go, but he is up in the P3. He put in a stellar lap there in qualifying. If he can keep the tyres to the pit window and just kind of keep the position for Toxic Fusion for another 33 laps, then he'll definitely have the podium in hand. But I mean, there's a lot that can happen between the next 32 laps, but we'll keep our eyes peeled on that particular battle there. If you see Toxic Fusion, he'll not be too slow in getting himself back up into kind of trying to find position there to try and get the podium back. Person in prime position here in terms of the lead here would be Eke. Like he's in the slipstream with Dominic. Dominic's only got 5% in his ERS, so Eke can sit and save. He can sit in the slipstream as he goes DRS, and he's gone up the inside. He's gone up the inside and he's taken the lead. Just a superior slipstream there. Just able to pull his cell out of the slipstream there, getting the slingshot effect, and he's up the inside into 4, back into the lead there. So is Eke and the Red Bull. That's quite a sight, especially around the Red Bull ring. The Red Bull leads here in Austria.
But Dominic, now that he's in one position, he can get the slipstream from Eke. He's going to get that lead back. But Eke's got some serious pace in the final sector.
Aye, definitely. Like Eke is like showing that he is kind of quicker around here. There's that last sector there, was improved his time there by a 10th, just short of 2 tenths shy. But Dominic is going to huff the run going into 2. But I mean, this is the kind of Toxic Fusion really is kind of in this position where he knows he needs to keep Mercury's the slipstream and DRS. Like he knows as soon as he loses that, he is basically out of the running because the slipstream is so critical in here. Like you need that to keep with the car in front. I'll be at the second sector, like just after turn 4 with their commentators now. Like you can save your ERS from the double left and the quick right, and then the 2 final turns. But you really need to be in within that second to get the best effect, to get the best possible effective potential with the slipstream and DRS. As soon as you're out of that window, like it's away. Like you will be battling the people behind. Or you can use the people behind to use their slipstream and DRS to try and get yourself back to the front. But I mean, we're just theorising here. There's still another 30 laps to go, so we'll see how the race unfolds in the next few laps when the pit window opens, and we'll see what tyres preferred by the drivers. But I mean, the top 4 are starting to have their wee kind of...
Oh, Mercury's off circuit. Mercury's gone off the circuit. He's made a mistake.
He's... Toxic Fusion back up into the podiums there, but that critically means that Toxic Fusion is 1 second, 1.1 behind Dominic, who's in second, so he's out of that DRS window now. So that's what I was saying there, like the DRS window is really critical here. Like you need to keep within that second to keep up with the people in front. I mean, Toxic Fusion, he'll be looking to just keep using Mercury and Bullseye, who's slowly kind of peeping in there as well, get the slipstream and just kind of like overtake each other. There'll be like a kind of team tactic within external teams here to try and get themselves back to the front. But Toxic Fusion's at 1.5, and you can just see he's immediately just slipping back now. Like that's just how powerful the slipstream is here in Austria. But I mean, the top 2 starting to break away there as well. Through a mistake there by Mercury. He also picked up a 3-second time penalty for that, so I'm assuming he ran too wide there, carrying too much speed. And the FIA have plugged in that and gave him a 3-second penalty. As you see Bullseye just veering out to get some clean area into turn 8. I want to see how Bullseye tolerates turn 8, because we know he went after her twice. Like, I mean, the second time we caught, well, I definitely caught. I'm not sure if you caught it on the main feed there, Maldi.
Alflo mistake in the final corner, and I think he's got some wing damage.
He's into the pits.
That could be the end of his day.
He's into the pits. We'll see what tyres they put him on there. As Bianchi's picking up a 3-second time penalty for running. I'm not sure if he ran wide or he cut turn 1 there, but he got the penalty there. You see Afro get onto the medium tyres, the yellow compound tyres, matching the colour scheme of the Renault, as we see Danny going by there. So that means Afro is running in last place there. But I mean, the top 2 is still kind of very nip and tuck here. 4-10 separated 2 here on lap 7 of 36 here at the Red Bull ring. Toxic Fusion, I mean, like, is slipping back. It was 1.1 and now it's 1.6. He's got Mercury for company. Bullseye, I don't know if he's probably had a wee small mistake somewhere, because he was right behind Mercury, but he's kind of closer to his teammate who's in 6th. The Racing Point run 5 and 6. Here, Urban Unicorn up to 7th. He's gained 6 places on the start. Like, he's kind of kept himself clean, kept himself well. Jam Hams just kind of went, I mean, like, DJ Danny just kind of got his braking all wrong into 2 for 3 or whatever. He got his...
Here we go, Dominic's getting close now, Riggsy. Into turn number 2. He's going to have a great exit.
He's going to have the DRS.
I made a big mistake. They're calling up not turn 5. What am I talking about?
And Dominic's on the side
then.
Takes the lead here in the Red Bull ring. Eke runs second. Austrian Unicorn's up to 6 on lap 8 of 36, and he's the first of the medium runners here as well. Like, he's on 7 lap mediums, so with the tyre and the pit window open for the soft tyres, he'll really come into play at that point. But we'll need to see what happens. Aye, like using the curbs is, I mean, like, when I was a racer, I wasn't really a big fan of the curbs. Like, I knew the potential danger of the curbs. Like, it was very easy just to get it wrong, or you could lock up on the curb and it just wouldn't help you slow down, or you can spin if you put too much throttle in it. Like, these are all kind of factors that these drivers will take into account when using and exploiting the power of the curb. But I mean, they're just a lot brave. They just seem to be a lot braver than that, and they seem to have more knowledge of the curbs and like kind of find how they're, so they're able to get the potential lap time out of the curbs, which is why I'm maybe seeing them doing it a lot more than what I would normally expect them to. Like, because I know turn 1, I mean, there's Eki there using half of the entry curb into turn 6, 5, 6, whatever. Man, like, but we'll see Eki back on the tail of Dominic here into the final 2 corners here. Eki will be planning. He's got his full ERS. He's charging his battery here just in the slipstream. Dominic's only got 60 compared to Eki's 95, but Eki's already but he kind of keeps the move. And Austrian Unicorn sets the fastest.
3 yellow flag. Matty span it.
Matty's on a spin there at turn 8.
Oh, Eko's made a mistake. Eko's gone deep.
Oh. He's went 3 and that's allowed. That's just said Dominic up. Thanks for that, mate. I'll retake. Toxic Fusion is back in. I mean, the timing scheme is in it. It's a very long line here between second and third. Toxic Fusion needs to just chuck the car into these corners here to get the window, and that really help to that front 2 battle. But he's also bringing that. He's also bringing on that well. Plenty of ILRS Mechanic's going to have a 3-second time penalty there, and he's had a. He's the first. The pit. Ham Jams picked up a 3-second time at the last corner there. But Empower fans onto the hards on lap. Basically going to go to the end there. I mean, Toxic Fusion unlocking up smoke coming tires there up there, but this will take that place. He sticks.
He's got pace.
He's definitely working in the lap to drop a wee bit, but this is with Austrian Unicorn and the mediums start. So we can tell these team engineers put the foot down, get the lap times in. He's fastest lap as well, so Eki and Dominic still doing the lap, 11 couple cars. If you see Toxic in a long way round, but Austrian Unicorn says that, I'm not having that. There as Austrian Unicorn did, but he's for his defence. They have been looking for, so we'll need to see how they take that. That's going to help definitely either there as well. So we need to see what happens here. Eki and Dominic take that at full speed. They are going room for another. But Austrian Unicorn straight through here, Maldi. I would expect him to kind of use the slipstream and get himself into the battle here. He'll definitely have that DRS there. Too much. I'm starting to think the soft tyres are starting to. I think the performance is kind of out of the question. Is Toxic Fusion drift? He's just drift there. I'm not sure if he's actually in the Tokyo Drift film.